Well, let's stay with the Middle East because the United Nations says more than 150,000 people have fled Khan Younis in southern Gaza since Monday. The Israeli army issued an evacuation order for parts of the city and reduced the size of Al-Mawazi. That's a designated humanitarian zone, claiming it was being used by Hamas fighters. The UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees, UNRWA, said 80% of the Gaza Strip was now either under an evacuation order or labelled a no-go zone. Our special correspondent Fergal Keane has this report, a warning there are distressing images throughout.
So many escaping in such a small place, chased by the war, in the heat and fear of 24 hours in Khan Younis. A place of encounters such as these. Ayman al-Kawaji is running with a child. Not for a doctor. The child is past that, but to a mortuary. Who can accept that their son will be like that, he asks. Whose fault is it that their family is blown up? The IDF is back fighting in Khan Younis because Hamas is resurgent here. Urban war where nowhere is safe. To the south in Rafah, Hamas attacking Israeli armour. Hit and run from inside houses. The days of war are now in their hundreds, and each day in Khan Younis a breaking point for someone. The shattered hospital system is struggling with new wounded. Before the war, Sami Sulya, aged 4, and his sister Sila, who's 7. Here they are now, in Nasser Hospital. Sila's legs are paralysed. Sami has severe abdominal injuries.
The situation has been very difficult for me, with one child in intensive care and the other outside.
I asked an ally of Israel's Prime Minister to respond to international concern about the plight of wounded children in Gaza.
Priority for me, in parallel to my humanitarian aid that I allow, is to bring back my hostages, including a baby.
The Jewish Bibas children, 4-year-old Ariel, 1-year-old Kafir, were taken hostage with their parents by Hamas. There are conflicting reports about whether they've survived.
You never ask us, how does Israel feel? How does Israel live with the fact that 2 of her little boys, we don't even know where they are? It's always about the kids on the other side. So I'll tell you something. If you really care about the kids on the other side, make sure that Israel win the war and Hamas does not reign in Gaza.
At Nasser Hospital, Ayman al-Kawaji leaves the mortuary, bearing the shrouded child to his grave. Before night comes on, to cover the grieving and the dead. Fergal Keane, BBC News, Jerusalem.